My crafty friends, this is Sheree. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm here with a new project, a new junk journal project. And how it came about was I had made this, I'm going to call it a journal topper, during the last month's, April's Junk No More project, where I do a collab with Maria of Maria's Miscellany. And we have a prompt every month and we make something with junk. So that last month was dryer sheets, and I had coffee dyed some dryer sheets, and I made this journal topper with, there's a dryer sheet right here, this piece right here behind, a little backing piece, and it's a coffee dyed dryer sheet. And then I used another piece of dryer sheet in this cluster right here. So I think it came out really pretty. If you like mushrooms, you'll love it. And I do love mushrooms. I made one mushroom journal a few years ago, or a couple years ago. And also I'm going to show you some paper that I used in a journal. It was a like a DIY journal. I don't know how else to describe it, like a home improvement journal, I guess you could say. So anyway, this is what I'm doing with this. After I made this, somebody said, "Oh, are you going to make a mushroom journal?" One of my viewers or subscribers. And I said, "Oh, yes, I will. I will do that." I was going to anyway, but I was like, when you get that little bit of encouragement, that's all you need sometimes to go ahead and do it, right? So I started looking at my book covers, and I did add to this since my last video where I did it, because it was just stopped here, and I added a burlap backing here. As you can see, there's a burlap frame around here. I felt like it needed something else, so a little burlap frame is kind of a little bit of frayed burlap. I think it really is the perfect addition to it. So let me show you the cover. And we're going to add that journal cover to this cover while during this video. So what I did was locate some fabric that I liked to go with this whole combination and of things I've got out here. So I found this piece of I tried to go lighter, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't find, I don't know, when I pulled this one out, it was just so perfect that I went with it. You know what I mean? So, and then I have this fabric here, this brown, it's a brown and white gingham that was gifted to me from Jovi of Jovi Creations. So, or Creating with Jovi, I'm sorry. And so, yeah, I used that on the spine. And I have that as the closure also, the closure tie here. And as you open up, you will see, or as I open up, you will see paper here. I've already got some pockets here. I'll probably put a little bit of trim on the edge of the pockets to differentiate it from the paper, because it kind of all runs together right now, and you almost can't see the pockets, but there is pockets here where I folded up. It's double-sided scrapbook paper. So I just folded it up and made these pockets, and then there's that fabric again. It's a 1.5 inch spine, so this will be a 2 signature journal. Here's the back. And so this is like the perfect, I mean, it looks beautiful just like this, but since it's going to be a mushroom journal, so I'm going to say it's going to be a vintage retro. I've been having these long titles lately. Vintage retro mushroom junk journal. So let's glue this down. We're going to glue it down here with some Fabri-Tac, and the cover will be ready to go. And then I'm going to show you all the other things I pulled out. So as I was thinking about a mushroom journal, I was looking through my book covers, and I noticed a little stash I had in my closet of things that had a couple mushrooms on it. So I was like, this could really go, this little bag of goodies could really go with this mushroom journal. And the reason they were in that bag is because, like I said, I made a journal out of a DIY book or a home improvement. It was actually a binder journal, and that was a couple years ago, I guess. And that, of course, sold a long time ago. But all the leftovers from that I put in this one bag. So if you've never glued down burlap before, you kind of got to put a lot of glue on it, so it's because it's got all the holes here, and if it seeps into the holes, then you know, you want to make sure it gets down onto my fabric here too, all nice and safe and secure. This is cardstock here. As you can see, I didn't cover the whole back with burlap. I just had this burlap trim I wanted to use up, and I figured, well, let me just use it up right now on the back of this little piece, because I don't need a whole, you know, giant piece back here really. So that's how I did that. Here's the front again, and it's going to go right in the middle, kind of overlap a little bit of spine fabric and just bring it all together. I put it kind of right in the middle here. Perfect. It kind of takes up a lot of the cover, but I did like how bits and pieces of this fabric under here are peeking out with a little color here and there. And then the burlap in between, let me flatten this out for a minute. The burlap in between the fabric and this piece also bring it all together. So really, really pretty combination. So let me just make sure this is all, it's all glued down. I just want to, you know, press it all down here. Alrighty. Now I need to let it dry. This is pretty thick too, so this piece, so it's nice and strong and sturdy. Alright, so here you can see the closure again. What am I doing here? Okay, there we go. Alright, so there is the cover as you saw. Let me put that to the side for a second. I'll show you everything else I pulled out. So in that bag was this retro paper. So let me pull out. I have some little pieces here that must have been left from the last project. All of these pieces, and these is all double-sided scrapbook paper. It's cardstock. So I'm going to show you all of that first. I just have some pieces I cut off the cover there as I was making it, so I'm going to keep that over there. And I have some fabric scraps from the cover too. That's all over there, but here's one here. Okay, so let me just show you this paper real quick. See, this is the same on both sides, and some of these are the same on both sides, and some of them are different on each side. So I love this. I love all of these papers, but I really love this daisy one. And all of these are going to look good, I think. I mean, all of these won't fit in there. I don't know how many I'll end up using, but I'm just showing you what I have available. So this is the one that was on the outside that caught my eye, and you can see the mushrooms right here. And that's what's like, I just kind of gravitated toward it after that. And the colors also. So this is one with mushrooms, and this is another that has some mushrooms. You can see how this is mostly mushrooms and flowers, and this has little peace signs and things, lips and all kinds of things like that. Retro 70s with my mushrooms. So here's flowers with, well, these flowers have happy faces. This paper is the same. Is it the same on both sides? I thought some of them were different. Maybe they're all the same on both sides. But this is flowers like kind of like daisies with peace signs in the middle. If you love the 70s, you will love this paper. I think it's really cool. I love this one too. I love all these papers. I love the color combination here. So there's a floral one, something like this, without the happy faces. This has little happy faces. This one is a floral one with the little happy faces. And then retro 70s, so 70s. Okay, so that is the paper I have available. The scrapbook paper that I'm going to use in this journal. I want to use some coffee dyed paper and some of my vintage papers too for writing. But this will be the scrapbook paper. I don't have those other papers out yet. This is what was in the bag. Here's the bag right here. So I had this big bag, big Ziploc bag with this in it, hanging in my closet. So what else did I have in there? I would like to use some of this fabric, but I don't know if I'll find a spot. Did you hear that? That's my son putting the trash can away. And he's pulling it with the riding lawnmower. Funny. It was out by the street, and it's not that far the street, but anyway, that's a quick way of doing it, I guess. Anyway, this fabric was in there, which I love, and the colors are right. I just don't know if I'll find a place for it. It has, doesn't really have, does it have mushrooms on it? I guess the colors were just why I put it in there. And maybe I used some in the previous journals. That's why, what must have happened. And so it's got these little people on here, a little dog, little flowers, real cute, vintage from a thrift store that I got a few years ago. And here's some scraps from it. I must have used it on the spine or something. I bet I used it on the spine of the home improvement journal. So little pieces. If I don't use any of it, I will send a piece in the goodie bag. How about that? And then this is the colors again with these little children on here. This is vintage wrapping paper. A sheet of looks like a couple sheets of that. And then this is a scrap from it, and this is a scrap from it. And I had some of this gold yarn in there. This is, let's see, I had this golden colored pom-pom trim in there, and a little bit of goldish, tannish grosgrain ribbon. It's just a little thin ribbon. And was there anything else that I had in there? Let me see if I showed you everything. Because everything else I have over here is just from making the cover. I have a few scraps of this. I have a big piece of this, but this is just from making the cover. So, you know, little pieces of this will get into, here's a piece of the outside cover. Here's a bigger piece. It was an upholstery sample. This is what I have left of it. And see, here's the little piece that was in the upholstery book, maybe originally, and I found this at a thrift store, just pieces of it, and I brought it home a few years ago. I've had this for a few years. The balance of the burlap trim that I had right there, and oh yeah, there was a few more things in here. Yeah, there was a tag, I guess, that didn't make it into the previous journal, with certain pieces on it there that will match. Here's a piece of this scrapbook paper, and it's backed with some kind of brown paper to write on. And I had these paint samples in there. So that is fun. Matching. The colors are matching, as you can see. I was delighted to find these in there, actually. So fun. And I think I have shown you. Oh, the one more thing. I don't know why this didn't make it. I just probably forgot about it, but I must have gotten it out and then forgot about it. But it says do it yourself right here on this little, this is a little matchbook cover. And I probably meant to put it into the home improvement book, and I didn't. So I'll try to remember to put that in here. How about that? That'll be fun. Still dragging that garbage can around. Of course, during my video, right? Things have to happen. Okay, so did I show you everything? I think I did. I had got this, I didn't know if I was going to use burlap or this lace right here. It's a real pretty thick, wide lace for backing the cover piece here. But this was, I felt like this was too light, and really I would have had to kind of either cut it in half or waste a good part of it to put it under here. So I thought, let me not use this here. And I think the burlap actually turned out better anyway. And then maybe I'll use this for a belly band. That would be a beautiful belly band inside, right? So maybe I can use that in a couple spots. Plus, you know, I'm sure I'll be getting out lots of other things. And so yeah, that's what I've got going for the next journal. And like I said, this was by viewer request after I did this journal topper. Somebody said, are you going to make a mushroom journal? And I said, well, yes, I am. I think I will. So that's what I'm going to be working on next. I might work on another journal too, which I will show you in another video because I have another viewer request. So I'm kind of itching to work on both of these. So this video is all about this one, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up if you love mushroom journals, or if you like this video and you like the retro. I'm going to call it, let's see, did I already tell you? Vintage Retro Mushroom Junk Journal. So when you see that in the title, you'll know it's a new video all about this journal. So thank you for watching today, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.